this will be fun. Manchester United season is over. Or is it? The Premier League is edging closer and closer to its final days, whilst the cup competitions are starting to hit crunch time. And although we're only halfway through February and there is still months left of the season, is it all over for Manchester United? Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to discuss Manchester United's hopes, expectations and targets, or at least what they should be for the rest of the season. If you guys do enjoy, go down below, smash that thumbs up and do subscribe if you are new. We are so close to 500 subs, which is absolutely crazy considering we have only had this channel for about 9 months, and the fact we're almost there, genuinely mind-blowing. But listen, I'm not going to tell you guys how amazing you guys are because you already know that. But just to prove to me that you are as amazing as I know you are, make sure you guys also go down below and let me know your thoughts for the rest of United season. And if you come across this video and you don't support United, let me know what your club's expectations are for the rest of the campaign. Now, Manchester United are currently sitting a slap bang in the bottom half of the Premier League table. In fact, we actually have not been in the top half of the table since, I want to say, the first couple weeks of the Prem season. Maybe I'm being a bit dramatic there, but I genuinely cannot tell you the last time we were in the top half of the table. Like, I'm assuming we have been more recently than what I'm about to say, but I remember us in the opening day of the season beating Fulham 1-0, and we went top of the table for about 16 hours. Genuinely, the last memories I have of us being above 10th. To the point where we was like 4 points away from 18th in the relegation zone. It's not been a good season domestically for Manchester United. Been through 3 managers and we can just about string together 3 victories. However, there is still so much more for us to give this year. Listen, let us just ask the straightforward questions. Will Manchester United be battling for the top 4 places?
Are you serious?
Okay, no, we're not. Will Manchester United even get into any European place in the league, being the top 8? Probably not. However, will Manchester United be in Europe next year? Yes. Now, whilst Ruben starts getting his feet well and truly under the table, the current personnel of players start to get used to Ruben's tactics. And as the year progresses, hopefully we can keep getting those, granted very lucky victories, under our belt. And also ask the availabilities of that lino from the Leicester game. I genuinely don't think the end of this season is going to be as bad as people are thinking. I can see a world where we completely just bin off the league. Like, the league is your bread and butter. You want to be focusing on that and the cup second. But over the last couple of years in particular, Manchester United have turned into a cup team. Granted, I know sounds bad on the face of it, but I don't think it is actually that bad. Realistically, Manchester United are not good enough, not even close enough, to be even thinking about challenging for the Premier League title, let alone winning the thing. However, be it by luck or be it by actual skill, Manchester United are very good at progressing through knockout rounds. You can say what you want about Erik ten Hag's time here at United, but we won 2 trophies back to back under his reign. One being the Carabao Cup, which you could argue, granted, we maybe had an easy draw to the final. Obviously, we ended up beating Newcastle at Wembley. But then you look at the FA Cup last year. We faced Liverpool. We faced City. West Ham side, who were a decent West Ham side under Moisey. We always just seem to find a way to get through. And I think this year so far proves that. Got the FA Cup and the Europa League to play for. Let's think about this. In Europe, there is like, what, 72 teams across the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League. Only 1 team out of all those competitions are still yet to taste defeat in Europe. That team is Manchester United. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of draws in there. Have still managed to hold on. And granted, you could argue we've maybe had favourable teams, but we've not had easy games. For example, going away to Turkey, Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho. A Porto side away from home who are no slouches. And teams like Rangers and Twente coming to Old Trafford with all their fans behind them and getting them a good game. But we've managed to get through 3rd place in the Europa League and we're straight into the round of 16. The FA Cup, we managed to beat Arsenal. Let's be honest, one of the best FA Cup teams of the last 20 years. We were down to 10 men. They went up to 12 men with the ref on their side. We managed to hold on and get through the shootout. You look at Leicester. We did not play great against Leicester. And I know Maguire was about 20 yards offside. But we found a way and we held on and we progressed to the next round. And with Fulham next up at Old Trafford, I back us to go through again. Manchester United have got 2 opportunities here. We have got the Europa League options still available. If we go and win the FA Cup, we're playing in Europa League next year. But imagine if we go and win the Europa League. Not only is that we've just won another European trophy this year under Ruben with this squad, which is an accomplishment, trust me. And we will be playing in the Champions League next year. I'm going to be honest, the recent injury to Licha Martinez, I think has massively put a spanner in the works. I reckon if I was able to sit here with a fully fit Lisandro Martinez in this side, I would be sitting here saying we are going to win the Europa League. I think he's that important to us, both offensively and defensively in particular. Both on the pitch and off the pitch, Licha is a character that is massive to this squad. With him out for the foreseeable future, I think we are going to struggle in Europe in particular. And the same goes for the FA Cup. However, with Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal all out of it in the early stages, realistically, there's a chance there. You've got Aston Villa, you've got Newcastle, you've got Nottingham Forest, some big teams in there. But if any team can scrape through in a knockout round game, I do think it's United. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I do think our competition and our main focus of the rest of this season have got to be to just literally sack off the league. You can tell on the pitch, the players don't care. We're battling for 11th place at this point, us and Spurs, who's going to be less shit. But the cup competitions, the players know they're not that far away from glory. The FA Cup, we're in the round of 16. Same thing with the Europa League. There's only a couple games left and all of a sudden you're lifting a trophy. And both of those trophies get us into Europe. And you know what? I don't know how we're going to do it, but genuinely, I think Manchester United are going to be playing at least Europa League next year. And I can see a world where we finish 15th, 16th in the Prem. But I'm going to say it. Manchester United win the Europa League by putting all their eggs in that basket. Kind of like what Jose did back in the day when we won it in, 2017? And I reckon something similar is going to happen this year. I do reckon Manchester United, against the odds, are going to win at least one of the cups and probably finish bottom half of the table. Manchester United are going to win the Europa League. And I think we've got to be focusing purely on winning the Europa League. And Manchester United will be playing Champions League football next year. You heard it here first, boys. But let me know your thoughts on my thoughts down below. Smash the like, subscribe if you're new. Manchester United for the Champions League.